Good morning, students. Welcome to lecture 8 of module 4. So today we will see how a transistor can be used as a switch. Now we know that the transistor can be operated as a switch. That is, it can operate as an on switch when it is operating in the saturation region, and it behaves as an off switch when it is operating in the cutoff region. Now a quick summary of what is saturation region and cutoff region. Now when I tell saturation region, my both the particular junctions of the transistor are forward biased, and whereas when I tell cutoff region, when both the particular junctions are reverse biased. Clear? And here also I'm using the common emitter configuration, whereas the emitter terminal is common to both input side and the output side. Clear? Now in the cutoff region, the transistor will operate as an open switch. Now here we will given Vn, that is the input voltage, as 0. So if the input voltage is 0, right, your IB current, because of that particular input voltage which is 0, will also be 0, and we know that IC is beta times of IB, right? Now why beta times of IB? It is the current gain of the common emitter configuration, where beta is given by IC by IB. Now your IB is 0, so your IC will be beta times of IB, which is also going to be 0, right? Now, if we apply KVL to the emitter, the collector emitter loop, that is plus VCC minus ICRC minus VCE equal to 0. Now, what is this VCE? VCE is the voltage between the collector and emitter terminal, will be equal to 0. I'll just repeat: VCC minus ICRC minus VCE equal to 0. And we know that the transistor will operate as an open switch here. Now, since our IC is 0, this entire term is going to become 0. So we will get the equation VCC minus VCE equal to 0. So VCC will be equivalent, VCE will be equivalent to VCC for the cutoff region. Please remember this. At the cutoff region, your input is 0, IB is also 0, IC is 0, which will result in a condition, that is your VCE will be equivalent to VCC, right? Now if we go further, we can see that in the saturation region, now in the saturation region, what happens? The amplifier operates as an on switch or a close switch. Now here we are going to give in certain amount of Vin. Since Vin is present, IB will also be present, and we know that IC is beta times of IB, right? So your transistor will operate as a closed switch, right? And your VC across the short will be equal to 0. So we will get the particular equations, that is Vin is present, IB is present, and IC is beta times IB, and your VC is equivalent to 0. Now if you apply KVL across the same collector emitter loop, you will get a particular equation where VCC minus ICRC minus VCE equal to 0. Since we know that VCE equal to 0, we will get the particular equation for the IC by rearranging the above equation, that is IC is equal to VCC by RC. So this is equivalent to your saturation current, the collector current in the saturation region. Clear? So this is how you can see your transistor operating as both switch, that is as an on switch and an off switch. Now if we move further, we'll see another question where a simple application of the transistor as a switch to turn on and turn off the LED. Where now here we will see a particular scenario where we'll use this particular transistor being a on switch and off switch to turn on the particular LED, to turn on and turn off the particular LED. Now if you see the entire circuit, the circuit remains same. We are using the common emitter configuration only. We have in Vin given to the base terminal through the that is Vin connected in series with the base resistance, and we have the VCC connected to the RC, that is the collector resistance, and the anode of that particular terminal is connected to the RC side, and the cathode is connected to the collector terminal. So here in the collector terminal you have a LED followed by a collector resistance and VCC, right? So now let us consider a square wave input. Now when the square wave input is 0, now when I tell the input is 0, that is equal to 0 volts, and when I tell when input is equal to 1, it is equal to plus 5 volts. Clear? So when you connect a square wave as an input, and if you give the input as 0 volts, we know that when you give input as 0 volts, the transistor will operate in the cutoff region. So in the cutoff region, indicating that IB is 0. If IB is 0, IC will also be 0, because your input voltage is 0, and that will result in VCE, which is equivalent to VCC, which we saw in the previous concept. Now to the LED, what happens? The particular LED's anode terminal is connected to VCC voltage, and even your cathode terminal is, that is your VCE, which is present here, is connected to, or the voltage across that is also VCC. Now if you want the particular LED to glow, the particular LED has to be forward biased. But in this particular condition, we can see that both the voltages across anode and cathode are almost same. We know that if the LED has to glow, the anode should be of higher potential when compared to the cathode. Therefore, what happens? The LED is reverse biased, and the LED will not glow when it is reverse biased. And the second section is when a square wave input, that is plus 5 volts or logical 1, is applied, the transistor operates in the saturation region. Therefore IB is present. If IB is present, we know that IC is beta times IB, and my VCE is equal to 0, right? So here, this particular condition you're going to get when the transistor is operating in the saturation region. In the saturation region, transistor operates as an on switch, right? So if you check the voltages across the LED, the anode terminal is given to plus VCC only, and the cathode terminal, which is the VCE voltage, is equal to 0. Now we know that the voltage at anode is more positive when compared to the voltage at cathode. Therefore, the LED is forward biased and the LED will glow. So this is how a transistor can be used as a switch to turn on and turn off the LED. Clear? Now let us see the last particular topic in the transistor applications, that is a lamp in a power circuit using relay. Clear? So here, if you closely observe the particular circuit, again we are going to give a square wave, that is off and on, right? That is 0 volts and plus 5 volts, right? So we are going to give input at one particular case, and when it is off, the input is equal to 0 volts. Now here, to the collector side, we have a freewheeling diode and a coil that is connected to plus VCC, and here we have a relay which has the NC indicating it is normally connected, and this switch can go from normally connected to normally open, where NO indicates normally open. Clear? Now how this uh, how this particular lamp can turn on when it is connected in a power circuit which is using a relay. Clear? Now, a transistor can be used as switch controlling the lamps and relays and the motors, etc. Now let us try to understand what is a relay. Now a relay is an electromagnetic switch, and relay's function is to allow a low power control voltage to operate a high power switch. This particular high power switch will operate on the application of a very low power control voltage. Clear? So the relay's function is to allow a low power control voltage to operate a high power switch, and the control and the switch are electrically isolated from each other. Now when voltage is applied to the coil, it becomes an electromagnet. Clear? And it attracts the switch armature and activates the switch. Clear? So when a voltage is applied to the coil, it becomes an electromagnet, and when it becomes an electromagnet, it its core attracts the switch armature and activates the switch. So now let us see the relay shown in the figure 1 will always remain in the normally closed type. Clear? Now see here the switch, if you see here, it will always remain in the normally closed particular condition. Fine. And when a square wave input is applied, right, and if you give the input as 0 volts, we know that the current IB is 0. So the transistor is driven to the cutoff region, right? That is, and we know that since IB is 0, IC, which is beta times IB, will also be 0. So there is no collector current, and the relay coil is not magnetized or energized. So the common terminal of the relay remains in the same position, that is NC, and the bulb will not glow. Now let us see here. So right now we know that we can give only two inputs, that is 0 volts or plus 5 volts, right? So if you give this particular coil, what you're seeing, if there is an voltage or if there is a current flowing, it will energize and move this particular switch from NC to NO. But right now, since Vin is 0, my particular input Vin is 0. So if my Vin is 0, my IB will also be 0. So let us see that particular cases. So if this particular Pin is 0, we know that even my particular IB will be 0, right? So our IB is 0. If IB is also equal to 0, our particular collector current IC will also be 0, because IC is beta times IB, right? Now, since this is also 0, the particular coil will not get energized. If the coil does not get energized, it will not act as an electromagnet. This switch will not move to NO condition. So what happens? Since the switch is remaining in the NC particular connection only, the circuit is not complete. So the bulb will not glow. Clear? Now we'll see the second condition when you are going to see that you are going to give Vin of some voltage, right? If you give Vn as some voltage, some positive voltage, Ib is present. If Ib is present, Ic is also present. If Ic is present, this particular coil will get energized. When this particular coil gets energized, this particular switch will move from the NC position to the NO position. So when it's then this particular switch, hyper switch, will move from NC to NO. We can see this particular circuit is complete, and when the circuit is complete, the bulb will glow. So this will indicate how you can use this particular transistor to operate, that is on the basis of a low power control voltage is going to control a high power switch. Clear? So here when we go further, so let us see the last two particular points, where when the square wave input goes high, there is sufficient base current to drive the transistor to saturation. As the result of the current through the relay coil, the coil gets energized. The common terminal, the switch of the relay, will shift from NC to NO position. This forms the closed loop for the current to flow in the lamp circuit, and the lamp is on. Now, a very important point, the back EMF produced in the coil may damage the rest of the circuit. So this current flows through the freewheeling diode, which is connected in parallel to the relay, so that the back EMF will not damage the particular circuit. Clear? So this is how you can see another application of BJT, where a lamp in a power circuit using the relay can be turned on and turned off. Thank you. So this finishes all the topics with respect to the BJT applications.